Oh gosh. Oh gosh, it's going and I'm not. We gotta buckle things in here. There we are. Alright. We're streaming. Hey, come by. It's been a while. It's been. I missed the past two streams. Actually, it's been that long. It's been a hot minute since I've done a stream, but I am back. As I had mentioned in the last stream, in case you missed it, my mother has come from America to see her son across the ocean. So she's been here hanging out. So sorry. I did try to convince her into doing a mom stream. I even brought it up in conversation a couple of times. Unfortunately, I don't think she's interested. She did also mention that, well, she is kind of an older lady now, and that means she goes to bed early. So, I mean, she's pretty much already asleep, so, oh well. Barely back and already noisy. You know it. I don't know how the volume's doing. I always have to play around with my mixer over there and OBS settings, so who knows? Maybe I'm extra loud today. Maybe I just have extra energy. Who knows? It's been pretty relaxing. In fact, before we even really dive into all the games and stuff, I mean, who really gives a shit about the games? The games are the most boring part. Let's face it, we know it's true. Who comes here for the games? If you say you come here for the games, you're a liar, Mr. Man, and you know it. So, anyways, I thought, just to kind of start off, why don't we just kind of talk about what's been going on? So, I had been with my mother, like I had mentioned, and we'd gone on a short little vacation. We got to see some cool stuff. Oh, and that opened up the wrong thing. There we go. Look, you can even see the game that we're going to be playing. You can even see that it's actually running in the background right now, but we'll get to that. Hey, I want the games. No, you don't. You're a liar. You're a liar. Okay, so anyways. So, my mother has been here, and we've mostly kind of just hung out locally. She mostly kind of just wanted to get away from America, come see her son in Japan. You know how it goes. So, a lot of the time that we spend is mostly just been hanging out here, but we did take a short vacation together, kind of touring around Japan. Now, here's the funny thing is, hello, Wrath of Wood. Here's the funny thing is, it's kind of, a lot of people want to travel to Japan. It's a pretty popular tourist destination, so no big surprise, a lot of people want to come here. It's kind of funny, actually, just, I think, maybe the weeks coming up to, like, my mom visiting me here, there's probably, like, I think 3 different YouTube channels I'm subscribed to that are totally unaffiliated with each other, each announcing their own, like, taking a short break, a short hiatus, and all of them were gonna take a vacation to Japan. So go figure, it's a very, very popular tourist destination. And I hate it. It's a double-edged sword. Because here's the thing, unfortunately, a lot of the economy here sort of relies on that tourism. So we kind of depend on it. But tourists are the worst. I hate how crowded shit is. I hate the dumb fucking people who get in the way, who just... Sometimes they are just totally ignorant. Sometimes they're just disrespectful. Doesn't matter. Either way, it's annoying. They're... them being in the way, being bothersome, too many people in a small place. So, for the most part, our little vacation that me and my mom took was actually mostly to, like, smaller towns. There's a few destinations that I know of that are, like, kind of off the beaten path that I think are really cool places. I don't even want to name them for fear that this would be the one video that, like, pops off in the algorithm, and then, these places get swamped with tourists. Also, you're gonna have to excuse me, I may sneeze and be snotty sometimes throughout the stream because it's fucking spring now. I want to visit and not be a dumb tourist. Look, here's the thing. We have the technology. We can maybe sneeze. Wait. Well, that was kind of it. That was a weird one. That was like a cough and a sneeze. All right, fucking allergies. Anyways, we have the technology. We could do it. You know, I've found these cool little towns because I was just looking at Google Maps and I was like, hey, I wonder if any of these little small stops along the way are interesting. And I would go to them. And number one, with Japan being Japan, a very historic country, you know, with a lot of history and stuff that's pretty well preserved in most parts of it, you can pretty much go to any of these small towns and have enough interesting stuff there for at least one day, right? So you can easily just take a train, go to one town, hang out there, hop into, you know, get a hotel for the night, go to sleep, wake up early the next morning, hop on a train, go to another small town, and wander around there for the day. That's exactly what me and my mom did. We saw some pretty cool parts of Japan. A couple of the destinations I already knew. There are already places I had been to that I had talked to her about that she was like, oh, when I go there, I want to see those places too. So, you know, I took her to some of those places. There is one of these towns, let's see. You know, there's this town that has you know, a really nice shrine there. You know, that's kind of one of the main things. There's a really good cafe there that I talked with the folks the first time I went, and I was like, hey, what do you do in this town? And they're like, one of them even responded was like, nothing. There's nothing here. But I don't know. There is actually some cool stuff there. They have a neat little train museum with like this super cool miniature diorama of the town, you know, years ago, like back in the 1900s or something, with lots of little like model trains and stuff in there. I'm not any of the Densho otaku, the train geeks, but I'm not one of those kind of people. But it was still kind of fun to look at. Now, all the information was in Japanese, but you know, for some of the things that piqued my interest that had like interesting pictures on it, you know, I'd pull out the old Google Translate app and point the camera and get a rough idea of what it was talking about. I'll check out arcades and Shinto stuff and eat karage the whole time. Yeah. Oh, we ate plenty of delicious food. Do I have any of the food pictures? Anyways, my mom definitely took a lot of gourmet pictures because we went to a lot of great places. You know, one of the nice things too about these small towns is usually the people are way more friendly. One of the first nights that we went, the first place that we went to, this town where the train museum was at, we ate at this an izakaya. Izakaya are kind of like it's somewhere like halfway between like a bar and a restaurant. It's a place you sit down, you order food items a la carte, and also drink plenty of beer. And the first place that we went to, like, the owner was super nice. He was really friendly. He was really cool. He would chat with us. Even though they were, like, really busy, he'd still come by and just, like, check on us and be like, hey, man, customers just ordered this. They didn't want it. They turned it back. Here, why don't you give it a try real quick? So he, like, gave us a bunch of free samples of food and stuff. He's a really nice guy. Really, really cool to go there. The next town that we went to as well, which is along the sea. I got some pretty cool pictures of the sea, in fact. But before moving on to the sea, at that train museum, can't forget, every place has got to have their own anime mascot. So here's Train-chan with her wheel feet and wheels there. Wheel sash. So there you go. Customer for life? Hell yeah. It's kind of a shame. Like, I would love to go back there, but the place is, like, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's a little bit too far. I'd have to stay the night. Like, I would have to specifically get a hotel. Train waifu. Oh my god, I love it. Yeah. So anyways, the next day we went to another town. You know, it was on the sea. I got some pretty interesting shots of the sea as well. Let's see. These are just waves. Just waves. It's a good looking sea. Looks nice. You might want to jump in there. Water's looking pretty good. It was still pretty chilly at this time, so I don't know if you'd really actually want to go swimming on this day. But it's also got a nice little rocky coast off the edge there, so you know, you got some of these like waves just splashing up on the rocks. It looks really nice. There's a secretive little like beach kind of off the beaten path that I wandered over to. It's really cool. There's definitely 100% for sure at least a few babies have been made on this beach. But yeah, you know, it's a pretty cool place. And we wander around here. They even have like an old town that you can wander through with like parts of this city that remain from like the 1800s or whatever. Super cool. So we wandered through there. You know, it's funny. There's some people who just still live in these buildings, right? It's preserved as a historic place, but there's still people who live there, of course. And as me and my mother were just like walking through the streets, there's a couple of old guys there. Gosh, they were probably like in their 80s or possibly even 90s, and they're just like, "Oh, foreigner, what up?" And it's just like, "Hey," and they just wanted to chat. You know, it's a nice thing about these small towns is like the local people are friendly. They're not sick to death of tourists. In fact, they are welcoming to the tourists because they want, you know, they want to talk to new people, and they're, you know, happy to have a small little boon to their economy whenever a tourist comes, right? So, like, in these places, it's not just a fucking disease. So anyways, so this town, super cool. It's another one of those small towns, right? They do have, this town was a little bit more special because they've tried to position themselves as like a touristy town. It's just that it's so far out of the way. It's so difficult to get to that I don't think many people go there. Not even like Japanese nationals like say, "Hey, let's take a vacation to the town," right? It's kind of inconvenient to go to, unfortunately. But because they've tried to position themselves as like kind of a tourist place, they preserved a lot of history and have made it presentable in a way for tourists. So, you know, there was a lot that we got to do on this day. And, you know, we got to go to the izakaya. That was kind of my thing, is we go to the izakayas and eat delicious food. I love izakayas. I love going there, drinking, and taking in the atmosphere whenever it's good. Sometimes not every izakaya is good. Also, drinking delicious sake is always a bonus. So I actually did take some gourmet shots here. First of all, this carafe. I love this carafe. I want one of these carafes. You can see there's like this little opening here to put ice in, but then there's a separate chamber for the sake. So that way your ice doesn't dilute the sake, but it keeps it chilled. It's so fucking cool. And my mom didn't want any sake, so I had to drink this whole damn thing, which was like half a bottle. But anyways, pretty good stuff. We had some delicious sushi, well, sashimi, and also a plate of various fried things, all very delicious. So it was a good time. And the next day, we stopped at kind of a larger town that's definitely more of a town that's kind of just meant for people to live and work in. Not really a super touristy town, but we still, like I said, it's Japan. There's something historic everywhere. We found enough to just entertain ourselves for the afternoon. That's all we needed, because at this point, actually, after 2 days of lots of walking around, hiking around, going to all these places, a shorter day it was needed. Oh, that meal that you just saw, that's not even the whole thing. Boy, this day we probably ate our whole weight in food. We had the sashimi, right? We had the sashimi, this big bowl of sashimi, and then we had the fried things. We also had a thing of tempura, and then later on, just because I had so much sake that I wanted to, sip on while, snacking on something, we also then ordered some French fries, some edamame, and some grilled mackerel. The shrimpy guy, yes. There he is, staring at you. So anyways, next day we go to this town. We didn't want to do too much because we were pretty tired, but we found enough to keep us entertained for the afternoon. So there's actually a really cool castle, and I'm bringing up this castle for foreshadowing. So it's a little bit smaller, but it's still a really cool castle. And it's up, up on this mountain. You get a nice view of the town. I don't know if I took any good shots of the, view from the... Oh, up on the top. This was, on the top floor of the castle. You could kind of see the whole town. You don't do fishy things, man? Yeah, but come on. Sashimi? Sushi? Come on, man. You got... Oh, excuse me. You gotta do it when you come to Japan. It's just a rite of passage, my man. Rite of passage. Anyways, so this is the view from atop the castle. Pretty nice view. It's all built out into, neighborhoods now. But, it's still a pretty nice view. It was also really nice. They had a lot of historic stuff preserved inside the castle as well, with lots of information on the people who ruled there and what they did and all that stuff. So lots of cool art and notes and pictures. All these pictures are sideways, and they need to be rotated, but anyways. I find now the only salmon I really like is sushi or sashimi, yeah. I would try it, however, sushi I can't eat too much of, 1 or 2 pieces. Man, trust me, it's so much better here. I know, there's a sushi place that I used to eat at in America sometimes, and I was kind of the same way. I mostly went to that place because my roommate was big into sushi, but yeah, I didn't like that sushi. Here, it's man, it's on a different level. American cooking of fish is pretty bad, yeah. So anyways, went to this castle. It was pretty cool. Got to see... just spit on myself. Nice. Got to see some cool art and history, whatever. It was a pretty cool place. Is this just more of the castle? Yeah, I think this is just more of the castle. But it's a pretty cool castle. So just put a pin in that castle for right now. We're going to be talking about another castle later, but before we get to that castle, we have the next day. Now, the next day was a long day. We had to make 2 stops. It was a long train ride. We went to a really, really tiny town, so much so that they really only had, 1 hostel available, and it was really expensive. So we decided, rather than stay in that small town, we would just wake up early in the morning, take the train all the way there, which was an hour and a half, I think, to that town, and then we would play around there for a few hours, and then hop on the train again and take another hour and a half. Actually, I think this one was 2 hours. Another 2-hour train ride to the next city where our hotel was going to be at for the night. So it was a long day. But I want to say, you're in the fucking countryside when you get a sausage train. Look at this beautiful beast. It looks so delicious. The sausage train. In a single car. 1 car. Sausage color. Looks so delicious. Sushi is frozen, right? That's the only way to transport it around. Be fresh, I thought. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a sushi maker. I can't tell you. I think they put it on ice. I don't necessarily think that means it's frozen, though. I have some pretty good sausage train pictures here. First of all, the rare double sausage. You can see there's the sausage there and the sausage there. Double sausage. And I even caught the farewell on the sausage. You can watch it go. Watch it go. Bye-bye, sausage. Oh. So, yeah. It's a good train. It's just a delicious looking train. So this town was also pretty cool. It's very historic, but it's mainly meant for some castle ruins that you have to climb up to. Now, I wanted to do that. I'm totally fine with hiking mountains. I live near mountains, and I regularly go hiking in them just fine. However, as I've mentioned, my mother is getting older, and she can do walking, but hiking upstairs, especially for the estimated 40 minutes that it would take to go to the top, can't really do it, not without several stops along the way. So yeah, unfortunately we decided to not make the hike. She did offer to let me just go by myself and she would just hang out in the town, but I didn't want to do that to her. So I can access this town fairly easily by myself, so in the future I can always go and make the hike by myself. So no big deal. Came here for potential robot girl boobies, and here I am getting a history lesson on Japan. Hell yeah, brother. There's two reasons to this. Number one, I just want to talk about a cool vacation I just had. But number two, I also want to complain about tourists, and we're getting to that. So what I did was I did this big circle, right? Our plan for this vacation was we were going to take multiple trains, kind of making this big circle around the area that I live in quite a wide area, spanning across multiple prefectures, and so we just do this whole circle, and we'd stop at these towns along the way. But one of those towns was Himeji. Maybe some of you are familiar with Himeji, because it is a world famous World Heritage Site. Sorry, we'll get to that. I do want to point out, just before we left this town, first of all, look at the delicious food. We got pancake burgers. This was in the small town, not Himeji. We'll get to Himeji in a moment. We got sausage for the sausage train, and a delicious pancake hamburger, and coffee. Very good lunch. And then here's a Pikachu. It's kind of horrifying. I like hiking, and by hiking I mean smoking a joint. I can't do that, but I do enjoy the nature. Kind of rewinding time a little bit. We had some snow in the mountains nearby, and I took some pictures up there. Which, the question is, where did those pictures go? I thought I had just moved them over off my phone, but now I can't find them. Oh, there they are. Yeah, so doing some mountain hiking in the snow. I don't recommend it. Anyways, so after we played around in the little small town, with the we had lots of different temples there. After playing around in this town, we moved on to Himeji. Himeji being, the place with the World Heritage Site, and now we're back in the land of tourists. I tried my best to get pictures that have very few people in them. So Actually, none of these pictures accurately represent the amount of tourists, the density of tourists here, but I do think this does a reasonable job. We got tourists and 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 tourists, and they're all kind of spread out in this area because there's a big open field. When you go into the castle, it's all, you know, kind of narrow hallways and stuff like that, which means now all of these tourists that are spread out now get packed together, which then it becomes pretty miserable. But I got some nice pictures of the castle. It's a cool looking castle. That's for sure. It's a cool looking castle. And it's got a lot of history. That being said, holy shit, do I hate the amount of fucking tourists. And also, like, this whole stay here was really so much more unpleasant compared to all the previous destinations we had been at. You know, we didn't really have any friendly interactions with locals. I'm sure all the locals are just as sick of tourists as I felt, if not more so. So we didn't have any friendly interactions with the locals. Every place was crowded and busy. You know, this is just really my kind of, this is my point. Like, if you want to come to Japan, that's fine. But, and I know, like, you're thinking like, oh man, Kyoto's got all that cool history and shit. And it's like, yes, but that cool history and shit can also be found at other places. You might have to look for it, but that's kind of the fun. I personally love just hopping on the train, picking a small town on the map that I know nothing about, and that's the fun part. Yes, I could research information about that small town, but I don't want to, because that's the fun. You get off the train to the small town and say, look at this place, I'm gonna walk around it, and that's the fun adventure. I like doing that. That's more interesting. If you adventure to Japan, you take a vacation here, just for the love of God, please do not be another dumb tourist clogging up all of the world famous spots that everyone knows about. Also, Tokyo sucks. Tokyo is awful. Smoggy, filled with scammers, just noisy, crowded, terrible city. Anyways, Sausage Train Adventure sounds fun. The Sausage Train Adventure was a new one for me. I've taken small trains before, but the Sausage Train was by far the smallest train I have ever taken. And for the record, some parts of that train ride, like the train ride itself, was super fucking cool because it went through some real countryside. I don't even want to call it countryside because countryside sort of implies at least a minimal amount of civilization. It went through pure raw nature. Like, the only man-made thing you can see on that train ride were the tracks that we were riding on. It was so fucking cool. Just riding on the train and just staring out the window, honestly, super enjoyable. Find yourself a sausage train and take that ride. It's probably a winner. Just want to visit a maid cafe? Man, those are scams too, but I don't blame you. That was one of the first things I did when I first came to Japan. So anyways, there was my adventure. We ended in Himeji, and it was so funny. We had paid for tickets to see, like, Himeji Castle and Himeji, like, Castle grounds are quite large, and there's multiple different attractions to do there besides just the castle. And we'd paid for like an all-access pass. I'll explain why it's a scam in a moment. We'd paid for an all-access pass, but like after we went through the castle, like took the tour of the castle, you know, that took about maybe an hour and a half or something. You know, after we left, my mom was like, I'm feeling kind of hungry. And I was like, yeah, no problem. We can go pick up lunch. And then after we pick up lunch, we can just come back, you know, and just use our tickets wherever else. So we went and did that. We found a nice little cafe that we sat down at and ate there. And then while we're eating, my mom is like, Yeah, I don't know if I really want to go back there. And I was just like, oh, thank God you said that, because I didn't want to poop on your party, but I really didn't want to go back to Himeji. So we both agreed that after lunch, we'd just hop on the train and go home. So our day in Himeji was actually pretty short, but good God, there's just so many tourists that we were like, I'm done with this. Let's just go home. So, and the train ride home wasn't as interesting, not gonna lie. I mean, it's a normal train, and it just goes through all the concrete jungle, too. It's not going through all the beautiful nature like the sausage train did. Find yourself a good sausage train. The main cafes are basically a scam, just because they charge you so much for pretty mediocre quality food. They'll charge you for basically everything. If you want the maids to really do anything cute, like put a magic spell on your drink, it costs, you gotta pay an extra 500 yen for their magic spell. I don't know. I don't know, I guess if you like the maid thing, then cool, I guess. It's expensive for low quality food is basically the main point of the scam, while all the extras as well are, I mean, there's so many things that they try to get money out of you, but they're all optional, so I guess if you're not into it, then you can totally just say, nah. It's a cafe! You go to the well, alright. Sorry for my expectations being in the wrong place. Anywho, that was pretty much my whole adventure. I don't know if there's anything else. Oh, I built a new computer. Actually, that was one of the things I did too, while my mom was here. So, here's the new computer. It's using the same graphics card, because fuck me, graphics cards suck right now, so it's still just a good old GTX 1080 Ti in there. In fact, a lot of this is still the same hardware, but there you go. You can see my beautiful new computer case. Got lots of fans, some janky DIY stuff to control airflow. It's all good. It's all good. It's more powerful than my last PC, but only marginally. And it depends on the task, because the only thing that really got upgraded was the CPU and airflow. I just want a coffee, don't waste time putting a spell on it. That's, yep. Well, they also serve alcohol as well, so. It's got binder clips. That's the tie this part, the pull it back. And then also the last thing is I also bought a bunch of new music as well. But we're not going to talk about the music today. I think we're just going to get into the game now. So that's a whole update on the life. But I just wanted to show off the new music, because eventually we'll do another, music tier list stream sometime in the future, and you'll see those albums on there. So anyways, let's pause the music and finally get around to that game, which is Metal Bringer. Green Weezer is good. Yeah. Well, I'd purchased the blue album and the red album back last year, and I liked them, so I wound up buying the green album. My wife would like this keyboard. Hell yeah. Actually, to be honest, I want to change the keycaps, but I shouldn't spend the money on it. I don't need new keycaps. I just want new keycaps, so I'm doing my best to not buy new keycaps. But anyways, yep, there you go, keyboard. Anyways, game. So this is Metal Bringer, which is This is a roguelike action-adventure. Control humanoid labor and giant arms to uncover the mysteries of the world. Create fully customizable robots, strengthen them, and take down hordes of enemies. So the robot customization thing was totally what caught my attention with this thing. That sounds pretty cool. I'm not too into the action roguelike thing. We'll have to see how that plays out. I wanted to get replacements for my worn WAS keycaps, but they're expensive as well. Keycap sets can be pretty expensive. This is also by the same developer, or sorry, not developer, the same publisher who did, who published Momodora. I had played Momodora previously on stream, I don't know, quite a long time ago now at this point. Look, speaking of Maid Cafe, there's a Maid Cafe game right there. Would you look at that? Yeah. Anyways, so Metalbringer. I did purchase this. I did purchase this game myself. I also purchased another game. I think they were... This one, and I know for sure the other one was on sale as well. And I had actually launched this game and was going to play a little bit of it before the stream. I had done that while my mom was napping. Because usually when my mom's here, we, I don't know, chat or whatever. And so, I was just gonna, like, play a little bit of the game off stream, like I kind of did with, Mr. Orc's game. But as soon as I clicked the start option, I guess my mom's nap ended. And so, that was basically it. I got like the introduction of the game for the first maybe 5 minutes, and that's it. So I think I'll just try to start a new game if I can. I don't even know if it's here because all of these say 0. So maybe I have to start a new game. Maybe I needed to save and I didn't. Yep. The sky is blue, infinitely high, and infinitely vast. Whose words were these again? I remember it was about a virtual reality, whatever that told me about. A fairy tale. How many years has it been since humanity took refuge underground? No one alive has ever seen a blue sky, and now I'm trapped in the depths in a small, lifeless room. Just how long have I been here? Does it auto-progress? I don't even remember now. I do remember this, like, sticking around with a generous amount of time. There we go. Vitals normal. Awakening. No abnormalities detected. Good morning, Surya Yuga. Good morning, bud. Wait, didn't I go to bed in my own room? What is this place? This is Meru Laboratory, a research facility created just for Surya Yuga within an independent territory. Just for me, you say? Since when was there a place like this? Meru Laboratory started operation at the same time as Surya Yuga was put into cryosleep. In total, the laboratory has been operating for however many hours, or approximately 1,000 years. 1,000 years? You're just making up a number. Besides, I never heard anything about getting cryosleep. Wait, I remember Mom did research on cryosleep. That's right. Where's Mom? Commencing search. One individual life signal detected within the laboratory. Individual name, Surya Yuga. End of search results. Then where's Mom and Grandpa and everyone else? Referencing data. Volkman Yuga, deceased, cause of death, old age. Calculation suggests that all other humans are in cryosleep. Oh, so Grandpa's already dead. Then is Mom in cryosleep somewhere? There is insufficient data to determine the physical location of individual humans. What? 1,000 years? That's what you heard. 1,000 years. Is anyone else awake? Insufficient data. Could I be the only one awake then? Why is it shaking? Analyzing abnormal tremors. Cause unknown. Excuse me. Information access restricted by integrated management systems. SIVA. Investigations outside facility required. In that case, I'll have to learn what's going on first. Show the way through the lab, bud. Understood. Initiating guidance. Yeah, I don't know if I'm really a... The art style is certainly unique. It's clearly like 3D models that just have like a dither effect on it and like a pixelation filter. I don't know if I'm really a big fan of that. Also the really blocky characters, but you know, I guess it makes it easier to 3D model them. It is sort of weird that they also have like the... I don't know, this is definitely nitpicky. This is 100% nitpicky. But it's always kind of funny when like people like put like advanced physics engines on things like the lady's hair. When they're also trying to emulate like a retro style. I don't know. It's nitpicky, so it doesn't matter in the end. But still, I don't know. It's one of those kind of things that stick out to me. Wow, there's so many of you, bud. What's the situation? You can't press space to continue, huh? In Mirror Laboratory, it is possible to create and perform maintenance on both labor and arms. Also, I remember reading this the first time and having no idea what they're talking about with labor and arms. But having now read the store page properly, now I understand that I think the labor are like little humanoid android bot things you'll see in a moment. And the arms are like the big mechs. This device is the labor bringer. This device is the arms bringer. And I suppose that over there is a gate. I should be able to go outside from there. Warning, warning, humans are forbidden from leaving the facility. Is it really that dangerous out there? Then I'll just make a labor instead. Currently only able to create labor with no pre-installed AI. Usage limited to remote control via buddy drones. It brings the labor and the arms bringer brings arms. I get it. Also, what did BG said? What, you don't want jiggle physics in your NES games? Nah, not really. Isn't there a fucking plugin for... Didn't Mog... Isn't one of fucking Mog's plugins like fucking boob physics for fucking RPG Maker games? What a fucking degenerate. No AI. I wonder why that's all we can make. But I can remote control them, no problem. I'd even say it's my specialty. Make a labor. They do have an OPI. That's right. What they need is a bringer to bring the bringers. Indeed. Here's the blueprints for all the parts we need. Head parts, body parts, and even weapons too? Right, so I basically got this far. Oh, right. You're finally awake, Surya. Mom, where are you? I don't have much time. I'll go over the important points and leave a message in the lab system. Looks like this is just a VR recording, so is this message from 1,000 years ago? The cryosleep plan was essential for us to be able to wait out the time needed for the planetary recovery project. However, the integrated management system, SIVA, has taken over and plans to preserve humanity in cryosleep for eternity. But Grandpa designed SIVA himself. Why would this happen? SIVA has taken control of the labor AI through their back doors and is using them to capture and freeze humans against their will. We've hid you in Meru Lab, and now we're planning on resetting SIVA and regaining our administrator permissions. If we fail, you'd be our only hope, Surya. Me? Labor that aren't equipped with AI can't be controlled by SIVA. You know how to control labor and use them in battle, don't you? Huh, I guess she already found out that I'd been secretly joining labor battles. We've prepared as many facilities as we could in Meru Laboratory for you. In order to wake humanity from cryosleep, you'll have to reach SIVA and reset it manually. I don't think it'll let you revoke its permissions that easily. In the worst case scenario, you might have to destroy SIVA. Destroy it? Do I really have to go that far? Okay. As I was saying, this is about as far as I made it. I made my character, and I think I went into, like, the first mission, but didn't even actually do combat, I think. So you do get to, like, make your character your labor, which is, I guess, pretty cool. It looks super fucking complicated. You do get, like, different heads and stuff, and you can even, like, customize colors and all that, which is appreciated. So you get like that. I think from what I remember is none of the heads or bodies really change the stats. The weapons do, but also I think it's more important, from what I could tell, it's more important whether it's like what type of weapon it is. So I don't know, we'll do halberd, yeah, or spear or whatever, and gun. Spear and gun. How do I, oh, okay, it's right click. And then you can paint it, and you got like other stuff, but there's, yeah, can't do any of that yet. So there's like, I don't know, this looks like this can get really fucking complicated, so we'll have to see how that pans out. And you can change the name. Why won't it let me... It let me backspace 1. What is this? Can I use delete? Okay, I can use delete. I don't know why backspace doesn't work. We'll call this... Durstern. Actually, I wonder how long you can go. Durston. The guys guild dude that hunts down monsters and stuff. Oops, wait, what? He's a cool dude. I wanted to get a drink with him. Maybe someday I might, but because today I am going to play this game and see how long I can make this character's name, which does, in fact, seem to be as long as I want, because I am sure by now it would have stopped my typing and not let me type out an entire paragraph long run-on sentence. But yet here we are, and I am still going with this really long sentence. Wrath of Wood, BG, and other friends. Yep, that's the name. Bazinga. No! Why? What? You mean to tell me it didn't save all of that I typed out? Damn it! Why even let me if you're gonna just erase it all? You liar! Liar! I do like I do like it. I do like that it's cropped it down to Durston, the orc guy's G. His homie G. Okay, anyways, we're gonna be Durston, the orc guy's G. There, when did they start having faces in their text boxes? That's new. They're all done. Durston, the orc guy's G. God, I wish it would have kept the whole run-on sentence there. It would have been so beautiful. Just seeing this message box basically extend into infinity. Damn it. Okay, now I should check if it works properly. First, I'll check its movement capabilities. Ugh. Why does this camera feel like it has a really narrow FOV? It feels like the camera is like a mile back, but then really, like, they zoomed the lens in. They didn't move the camera closer, they zoomed the camera closer, if that makes sense. I don't like this FOV. Next, I'll check how well it can jump. Jump with K? Can we not make it K? Can't forget the quick step. Oh? Okay, so... And lastly, attacking. I and J. I hit that dude. Nice. Alright, it's time to investigate. Let's leave through the gate. Okay, so I've talked about this before. I've complained about some games that I've played where it has, like, you have your regular WASD, hooray! But then also it has weirdly controls like J, K, and L. Oh, and it makes sense because if we switch cameras and I pull this up here, it's like J, K, and L is like for your right hand, and you have your WASD over here for your left hand. So it's like, oh, it's a two-handed keyboard. But look at this. Okay, so we have WASD for move. We have J, K, no L actually, I and O for attack. And then mouse controls for the camera. What, do you want me to have 3 hands? How do you want me to do that? But controller is way better, probably. But we can, come on. We can map this, right? There's plenty of buttons. There's so many open buttons around WASD. Why do this? Why do this? Why do the 3-hand, like, we'll put the elbow on the mouse and then like kind of, yeah. All right. Can you get a look at this? We gotta kind of rotate the, yeah. All right. You can see the blanket. There we go. All right, we got the arm on the mouse, and then we're gonna, yeah. All right, yeah. All right, we got this. Yeah. All right, totally. This is doable. Yep. We're playing it the way they want. We're doing it their way. You can still see it, right? Yeah. Okay, you can still see it. All right. This is how they want. This is what they want. This is what they asked for. The elbow mouse. the secret technique. Access to and from the lab. All good. Checking synchronization of labor sensors and audio output. Oh, damn it. But I can't progress the text. We gotta kind of do one of those. I can see clearly now. The rain is. Sorry, my voice is being played clearly too. Give it a little one of those. If you find an information terminal, try accessing it. It doesn't matter how little information there is on it. Just collect as much as you can. Understood. Is that an information terminal? Hey guys, what are you doing here? We are currently repairing a house that was destroyed during battle with a Voss labor. A battle in a residential area? What happened to the people living here? All humans have been perfectly preserved in cryosleep facilities. What is the reason behind that query? I am construction labor that. I hereby request your jurisdiction and SID. SID, what was that again, bud? Labor with no SIVA identification code detected. I didn't mean to click. That was too. Oh well. All right, we got this. Uh oh. Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm not the most precise with the hidden elbow technique. I haven't been training. I have been following Miyagi's recommendations. The lock cam and build around not blocking the cam. I'd lock cam and build around not blocking. I see. The less controls, the better. But like, oh gosh, that's a lot of dudes. Wait, what the fuck? Chill out. Wow, I didn't think they were just gonna fling the whole fucking army at me at once. What? What? There's no end to these things, is there? Huh? Arms, ride, gear, spotted. Good job, bud. Let's get on that and shake them off. And ride with 4? What? Do you live on an alien planet? Why 4? Why is 4 the interact button? Why not E or F? Or even the Warframe X? Like, you have so many good keys you can use. What is the meaning of this? Why 4? We just started. There's no end. Let's search for an open gate. Yeah. Unlock gate detected in this direction. Yeah. Ride gear boarding confirmed. Labor melee weapon now unavailable? Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Sorry, for some reason I was thinking I was totally ignoring the labor part there and just reading the melee weapon not now unavailable. And I was like, what? Why would you tell me that? Eh. Oh, you can't even use melee when you're on one of these things? Then wouldn't it just make more sense to always just keep 2 guns equipped? Is it the same controls? Like, the one thing, so here's the one thing that I was thinking, right? Is, oh my god, what a cacophony of noise. Okay, sorry, that totally distracted me from what I was gonna say. I don't even have my arm on it. I don't need to do that. So, were they the reason behind the earthquake and damaged homes? Let's investigate further. Detected drops of headgear and weapon can be equipped on current ride gear. Okay, wait. Oh, it won't even let me pause. Well, it's probably fine if we just wait here then. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. This is not really a very good excuse for this as the control scheme. But I thought maybe you'd have like different, like you have your labor keybinds here, and then maybe your arms keybinds over here. But so far, it seems like the controls have been exactly the same. Now, there's no reason why it couldn't just, like, have the same control scheme for labors and arms. So that's not a very good excuse, but at least there would be an excuse. But right now, I don't even know why it requires this setup, the 3-arm setup, the good old elbow technique. That's a ride right there. Okay, so like that's still jump, or I guess now hover. I don't have a melee. Oh, this is to move faster, which I guess is sort of like the dodge. Oh, here you can... I don't know. This is kind of overwhelming for the beginning. I don't know. Just something? Huh? I didn't know such advanced battle use arms even existed. But now I can't fight even if I get surrounded by labor. Now I can't, sorry, I can fight even if I get surrounded by labor. Is that's a head. Do I want that head? I don't know. What's that? Oh, you got some legs. There we go. Now we're color coordinated. What is that? There's a gun icon on it. Is it a gun? I guess so. So, okay. So yeah, that's still shoot. Easy controls. It's just JIKO tab 4 WASD space mouse. Oh yeah, super simple. You know, any good, you know, any normal 4-armed person have no problem with this game whatsoever. But, you know, us 2-armed people are at a slight disadvantage here. Gosh, if only I was born with 4 arms. The kill shaft central elevator leads to the Kayla's block, the lowest level where Siva is, but it's been blocked off. Oh, darn. Oh, so I can't use the kill shaft. I'll have to take a different route then. You'll have to find a different route, but powerful labor and arms will try to stop you. You've got this, dear. Got it, Mom. Time to show off my skills. You bet. I'm gonna master the elbow technique tonight. Got it, Mom. Time to show off my skills as a top-ranking labor battle master and master of the elbow technique. The secret is you need to become a mutant. I'm doing that now. Okay. All right. Wait. Stop. What? Why is my mouse now outside of the screen? There we go. Gosh, this is throwing new curveballs at me. Oh, wait, no? Oh, now I can't even control the camera. Oh, okay, so I don't need to do I don't need to master the elbow technique? The enemy has dropped an app disk. The program installed on app disks are used to strengthen labor and arms. Press space near an app disk to install and activate it. There are no restrictions on the number of disks you can hold at a time. Nope, wait, that tabbed out. Wait. That. There we go. Is that... These are just terrible controls. Like, why is it not just mouse click for shoot? Like, every other fucking game on PC. It's just left mouse click to shoot. I mean, I've seen some games. Okay, we don't need to do the stupid technique, the elbow technique here. Let's get everything back in position here. Okay, why do they gotta map it like this? Like I've seen games do like the melee on like the right click when you don't need to use zoom or whatever, and then shoot on the left click. We could do that, or we could just do the shoot on the mouse click, and then we could put the attack on, I don't know, E, R, F, C, V, G, T, any of these clustered around WASD. I don't understand this keybind scheme that they have going on. Is it because my own, I guess maybe their thought process might be that like, let's pull this down so you can see, right? So my thought process is that like, so we have our WASD here, right? But if you want to press any of these keys, you don't have access to D anymore, right? So maybe that's a thought process. You have full movement controls at all times. You don't have to take your fingers off of any of the movement controls in order. I guess that's the thought process there, but I don't know. Man, is there key binding? We need key binding for this. Oh wait, no, that's the escape menu. That's just not even options. Good God. Do I just sit here and just fight hordes of enemies? Is that the goal? Hit the dude! There's the discs in there. I guess those are just set dressing. Let's see, what did you say? It could be designed for laptops with touchpads. Left click, right click gets tougher then. If it already using WASD, Q and E make easy buttons to use stuff. Most use that for camera. Oh, it's like Vampire Survivors, but melee? I don't think so. OS level up detected. Automatic tuning has been performed on parameters related to battle. A small amount of HP is recovered upon each level up. Got it. I wish space would be the accept button. Like, or any of these? Why do you... God, just... If you want to do the two-handed keyboard thing, then please keep it that way. Why do I need to take my hand off? And my mouse is now outside the screen, so if I actually clicked it to this, it would have actually tabbed me out. In fact, actually, my mouse won't even enter the screen anymore. It's just my mouse is locked out of the game. There. What is this? These controls suck. Especially the accept thing, right? Especially the accept thing, because at this point, the D argument that I made earlier about having to lift your finger off D to access the other buttons is moot, because time is frozen. Time is frozen, so just let me use a key here now for accept, or space. Or space. Oh, enter. Does enter work? Gosh, I'm dumb. enter better work next time they have a pop-up like that. It's still weird, I'm gonna argue, just because this is not a common control scheme. Oh, my thing died. Ow. Okay, can I press enter? Okay. Okay, enter works. Oh, alright, it's 4. Why is it 4? What is it? God. Okay. So we're at a new part of the stage. 'Tis the battlefield of the great ninja Furai. Thou hast no business here. Oh, man, I totally... Speaking of flunking exams, I also totally misunderstood what you said when you said why no space for accept. Yeah. I thought you meant why is there no space for the key accept, but you mean why is spacebar not these? God, I'm dumb sometimes. I agree with you. Also, yes, I am flunking shit for any university, not just Monster U. What do you mean, ninja? What are you doing here? I must not tell thee now that thou hast seen me, then be prepared to be silenced. Vast labor detected. Vast labors are extremely dangerous labors equipped with specialized combat AI. Avoiding confrontation is highly difficult. Destruction of vast labor is recommended. Okay. It does feel weird that, like, he's way over there and they've introduced him, but he's super far away. Like, shouldn't they have done the introduction when I'm, like, closer to the battle area? Oh, does that hurt them? That's cool. Not a lot, though. Press control to lock onto certain targets during battle. Why is it also control? I don't know, there's just so many other better options. I can't even hit the dude. He keeps jumping. Honestly, the targeting feels really useless. Did it die? I guess so. That felt really clunky and not skillful. That didn't feel exactly satisfying. That felt kind of like, what am I doing? That felt like I was just oh, and this is happening? Well, that felt really delayed. Labor use body. Wow! Activation of Naraku hatch confirmed. Descent to a lower level is now... Block is now possible. Naraku location added to radar. Warning. Gigantic arms detected at the bottom of Naraku. Proceed with caution. I think you're winning, indeed. I think so. I mean... It sort of sounds like I don't want to proceed yet? I mean, this is the whole roguelike thing, right? So, but that, like, that warning kind of makes me feel like maybe I might want to consider, like, going back to the base and doing some upgrade stuff or something. I don't know. But I don't... Other than, like, self-destructing, is that what it wants me to do? That feels like sort of a... not the best way of handling that. So otherwise, I'd just have to drop down. And probably... oh. And it's just there. We'll destroy everything. Oh, but my dude is, like, really hurt. Okay, alright. Yep, and that destroyed the thing. Oh, and I'm dead. Maybe that's what it wanted? Maybe it wanted me to die? Said proceed with caution, not be a pussy. Alright, fair enough. Was it a scripted fight? You can view the OS tuning status of your labor here. The results of auto-tuning during battles are updated in real time, but you cannot spend D chips to perform... Dude, this is like... What do you mean you cannot spend... What are D chips? What are you talking about? Oh, are those D chips? Transfer half of held D chips and sell the value of held unanalyzed apps to... Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't... Introduction of labor brought great blessings to mankind, but they also sowed the seeds of catastrophe. Who summoned them? What happened? What will happen in the future? And who will be the one to incur it? Labor continued to be summoned, and the continues to be filled. The labor's creator is... Alright, well, there's your cold opening. I can't believe they beat me. I'm so rusty. What happened to the bud that went with me? In order to protect confidential information, we have confirmed the self-destruction of said body. Is it really okay for that bud to self-destruct? Our hardware bodies are remote devices where AI can be stored. Our core lies in Marut, the management computer of the laboratory, and is consistently updated on an independent network. No problems have been detected. Just like the remote-controlled labor, then. We are currently opposed by the city block guard labor. If they were to know the location of Maru Laboratory, our facility would be at risk of attack. To prevent this, labor and buddy drone used for the investigation must be discarded in the field without returning to the laboratory. So they're practically single use. Oh well, I feel bad for them, but I'll just have to accept it. Anyway, did we get any results? A document was retrieved during battle. It can be displayed and read from the archives. I want to read it right now. Show it to me. When a human is discovered, capture them and swiftly transport them. Okay, cool. Analysis shows that this data is an excerpt of a fundamental command to all labor from Siva. The Kalis block should be on the lowest level. Mom and everyone else should be somewhere near there. It's decided then. I'll build even stronger labor and meet Siva no matter what. I'll try as many times as it takes. Understood. No, she might, but I don't think I will. OS tuning is now available. So can I get like a main menu real quick? Can I not do this? Let's get started. No, let's not. Escape is not the menu. Okay, that's that. Okay, that's that. Keys, like, who knows what each key will do? It's a mystery. So there's really not like a main menu at all? Really? Okay, that's like a menu. That's the same thing. Maybe this is why I don't have a save file. Maybe you have to do something weird to make a save? How do I save? There's no main menu. Do I just leave? Wait, and now, oh wait, now I have camera controls. Okay, do I just... When I woke up, it was 1,000 years in the future. It felt like it was the mean spirit, but this is undeniably my reality. Okay, okay. Maybe it's like I need to be playing as the lady? No, because it just makes me the dude again. What? Oh, gosh, also, I haven't been reading your chat, sorry. D chips that barely passed school. Good one. I thought we created the labors. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the story. Where's the sound options? That's what I'm trying to figure out. This is when, if I'm done and not coming back, I just Alt F4. I'm like, forget it, don't care, next game. So that's the thing, right? Like, I'm gonna push the F keys, so you'll see my camera change around. Sorry about that, but I didn't press the F keys. Maybe they're on F keys? Well, there's a screenshot. Oh, there's an upstairs. Maybe upstairs? Like, this game shouldn't suck. I don't know, it has the usual roguelike trappings that annoy me. I haven't given it a fair chance though, like maybe that was a scripted death. It does mean I have to repeat the whole first stage again, as is customary for fucking roguelikes. But anyways, whatever, I'll try not to be too judgmental on that. But the controls, man, I have a story to tell that I want to tell that I'm gonna get into is maybe right away, since it seems like I can't even save. Do I need to save? I don't remember seeing anything about like an autosave thing. I don't know. I don't know. Yep, I'm just gonna do the Alt F4. That's wild. There's not even like a do you want to quit kind of menu. Oh, there we go. Tab? Or was that caps? Tab? Okay, all right. My bad. Null and being dumb again. Sorry, I pressed every key except for tab. Okay, all right, we got something here. So we got options, we got volume, we got controls. This is like, what? I don't care about the camera rotation. Okay, here we go. Okay. Left weapon attack. So I can't assign mouse to it. Okay. That's dumb and unfortunate, but alright. So how about Q and E for the left and right? Jump is space. So stupid. Oh, there we go. So I just, oh, okay. So maybe I can put right on F. Jump can be K. Step is, I don't know, shift? Because that kind of acts like more of a sprint when you're in the robots. I don't know, leave it there. Main menu is tab. What the fuck? Whoever programmed this has never fucking touched a goddamn computer in their fucking life. Wait, self-destruct also has to be on escape? Why does it have to be on escape? Why can't that be reassigned? That's so stupid. God. Whatever. Okay, that's better. That feels way more playable. That may spare me from the rant I was about to go on about controls. I may still do it anyways because I think it's pertinent. But anyways, let me just try one more round. Because, yeah, I haven't been streaming that long, so let's definitely go one more round. D-chips are rainbow-colored fragments of the computing cores that construct the control hardware of labors. They can be spent at garages or used for OS tuning. Okay. Enemy has dropped a rice ball. Rice balls are not only gradually recover your labor's HP, but also increases their maximum HP. So something has gone wrong with the controls. I'll need to adjust. Oh my god. Oh, that's self-destruct now. Oh my god, you can't adjust the fucking controls in a mission! Oh man. Game makes me angry. Do I even need to fight all these dudes? I guess you needed to, like, level up? Huh? Oh, wait, I'm withdrawing? Oh, wait, no. I thought it was transfer to, not transfer from. Oh, it's transfer from. My bad. What's going on? I might. I don't know. This game is... There's, like, parts of it that are cool. The roguelike shit, like, holds it back, I think. I think this might have just been more interesting if it did just have more of a, like, linear kind of story thing. Maybe I'm biased because I don't really like roguelikes that much, but I just feel like... Why try to make, like, an... You know, a game with unlimited replayability? Can't you just let the game end and just design an interesting story instead of forcing the players to replay the same garbage over and over again? Hello! At the build shop, you may repair or analyze arms gears. By analyzing arms gears, you may obtain blueprints, which can then be sent to Maru Labs. And if we get the blueprints, we can build them ourselves with arms bringers at the labs. D-chips are required to analyze arms gears. Repairing arms gears fully restores their HP. You can also repair individual parts separately. That's great news. D-chips are also required for repairs. Oh, so I'll have to pay either way. Thank you for your patronage. Please come again. What about this one? currently activated apps here. There are different types of apps indicated by their shape and color. App discs picked up during exploration. Analyze app discs. Whatever. Okay, so it's just information. Okay. I think I'm probably gonna die here. Ow, what the fuck? Also, my mouse keeps, like, not staying in the screen. Like, it's now off. I see it floating around on OBS now and not in the game. Somehow I'm surprised I didn't die there. And I've somehow healed a lot of my health, which is kind of amazing. Is this like a shop? Hello. Is this just the same place? At the junk shop, you may buy, sell, or analyze app discs. By analyzing app discs, you may obtain blueprints, which can be... Okay. Bye. Blueprints. So you run around fighting enemies in the street and then fight more dudes in the street. Yep, that's about the sum of it. Yeah, I don't know. You can self-destruct to return to Mayor's lab at any time. Your labor also self-destructs automatically when their HP reaches 0. You will lose all unanalyzed app discs and unanalyzed arms gear, but held D chips and blueprints will be retained. HP boosts gained from rice balls are always reset. When viewing archives and achievement rewards, AMD or AMD. Maybe they're sponsored by AMD. Hey, AMD. Good choice. Withdraw D-chips from Meru Laboratory at information terminals. Period. Press K to access terminals that can be found in stages. I don't know. I'm kind of done with this. Okay. I'm going to assume that it just saves automatically. Yeah, okay. All right. I wonder how much time I'd spent on the game. Because, oops, I didn't mean to open up Reaper. I meant to open up music. I wonder how much I actually spent on the game, because I spent a while just talking about Japan and stuff. I don't know if I really gave it a very fair try. I don't know. Like, here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. Here's the rant I was going to go off on. Is, not so long ago, I was playing Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. And I think the game was actually quite fine. I found it interesting enough, but I was constantly fighting with the controls. They constantly got on my nerves. They constantly got in my way. And I wound up having to play with both keyboard and mouse and controller because of just how shitty the controls were. It's like at certain moments it was better to use the keyboard, at certain moments it was better to use the controller. And then also it was really annoying because I've talked about that I use inverted x-axis, and for some weird reason that would stay for the mouse controls. But I'm weird. I don't need inverted X when I'm using the mouse. When I'm using the mouse, it's 1-to-1. I'm totally fine, just can use normal controls. I only need inverted X when I'm using a controller. And so it would be so annoying having to switch to controller. I'd have to pause, go to the options menu, go to the control settings, and then invert X so I can use the controller. And then if there's a moment that comes up that I need the mouse, then once again, I'd have to pause, go to the options menu, go to the controls, go to the X invert and flip it to inverted every time, and it's just got on my nerves. I'm constantly sitting there fighting with the controls, thinking about the controls, thinking about the input method. I can't just focus on the game. Like, good controls are the controls where you're not feeling the controller in your hand. You're not feeling the keyboard under your fingers. You are just immersed in the game, right? So I wound up just kind of giving up on Kenna because I found the controls really poorly done. Among a few other frustrations I had with it that kept getting in the way of enjoying what I think might be a pretty good game, but it's just there's these things that kept coming up that were just like these brick walls that would just like slap me in the face because of just how annoying they were. Like the fucking auto-targeting system in that. Jesus Christ. Anyways, this was the rant I was going to go on about the controls in that game that we were just playing, and it's still sort of there to an extent, but being able to rebind keys does help with that problem a little bit. Hey, Ayush Pandey. Nice to have you here. So, being able to rebind keys certainly helps alleviate some of that frustration because I'm able to rebind keys into something that feels sensible. But there's still so many things that feel like at odds with the game. Like, first of all, the fact you can't rebind keys when you're in a level is really annoying because that's the point where it's going to be the most important. I can't tell you the number of times I'm playing a game where the most rebinding I do for a game happens when I'm in the middle of combat. When I am in the heat of things and I realize, oh, that's not a good key binding because I'm struggling, timing the shield or whatever the case may be. It's when I'm in the heat of combat that I'm pulling up the options menu and adjusting the settings to be more comfortable to me. Did I miss? Yeah, you kind of missed the whole stream. I'm giving my review on the game that we just played. So, anyways, it's really frustrating that you can't rebind the keys when you are in the level. What a stupid design decision. All of the default controls are really stupid to begin with. It really goes to show the importance of having rebindable keys because what a fucking mess for keys that are just default mapping is just terrible. But like my mouse kept getting not locked to the game. It kept like falling out of the game and moving around. Like it would be the opposite. Here's the thing, like normally you can lock the cursor to the game, right? But it was like doing the opposite. It's like it got locked out of the game. Like I couldn't move the mouse back into the game until I tabbed out of the game and tabbed back in, and then suddenly it would snap my mouse back into the game. I don't know. That's definitely a bug that needs to be patched. As far as the design itself goes, like I like the idea of being able to build the robots and customize your little dude. I don't know. This felt overly complicated to me. I like the idea. Maybe if I were to give it more time, I could get into it, but it's definitely it presents itself in a very complicated way. I don't want to say it is complicated, but, you know, using a bunch of unique vocabulary to fit the world does make it less approachable and therefore makes it feel more complicated, right? It may, in theory, be as complicated as any typical RPG game, but because you also have the layer of interpretation you have to do by, you know, figuring out what those new vocabulary words mean, it makes it more unapproachable, makes it more difficult to figure out what they're talking about. So I don't know how complicated it truly is, but kind of the first impressions thing is it has this sort of sense of being really complicated. There are lines of codes you can add to games to lock mouse to app. I know there are, but it's like it's buggy. Its implementation is buggy. Like somewhere along the line, what happens with the mouse is that I'm moving it around on the screen, and I think maybe like when a dialogue pops up, like when a dialogue box pops up or something like that, for some reason I think it unbinds the mouse to the game, and then I move the mouse off the screen. I think this is what happened. I don't know exactly how this happened, but I wind up moving the mouse off the screen, and then when I close the dialogue box, it applies the lock the mouse thing to the game again, but now because the mouse is not on the screen, it's like I can't go to the other screen. It's like it gets blocked. I'm like, right? So I don't know. It's weird. So, anyways, that feels like a bug. That feels like their bind mouse to app thing is bugged in some sort of way. That does just feel like straight up a bug. And when it comes to the actual design of the game, there's cool ideas there. I feel like the whole roguelike thing, to me, once again, it's not really doing itself any favors. You know, I feel like it would be more interesting to have the mech be something that you build up over time. I know we're basically talking about changing the entire genre, so this is definitely very much like matter of opinion, right? But to me, it definitely feels like kind of an RPG kind of thing where you can like build the mech up over time, having more of a linear progression to the story and not having this, you die, you have to reset the whole thing, and then you go through the same first level again, and then you get to the first boss, you probably die to the first boss, and then you get some whatever, you get a little bit more progression, so now you can progress further into the level, but the level is randomly generated, and you better hope that you get the right drops, and I don't know, like, I hate all that stuff. It's all dependent on luck, and it never feels good to me, and the constant repetition of the same environments over and over again is not very satisfying to me. It really just does feel like, roguelike is the in vogue indie thing, and it's been in vogue for way too fucking long now, honestly, that it just, I don't know, I feel like it's not doing any favors for the game. It feels like the roguelike stuff exists because that's what popular indie games do. It's a popular thing to do to extract more gameplay out of a simple gameplay loop, right? Rather than actually putting in the effort to, craft something unique and linear that may, ultimately be shorter, but I don't know. I think it could be more satisfying, my opinion. Could use more levels in City. There may very well be more levels in City. We didn't progress very far into the game to really find out. Will I play another game or just going to this? I'll probably end the stream in the next, I don't know, soonish 10 minutes maybe. Depends on how much bullshit I want to talk. I do have plans tomorrow from the morning, so I also can't stay up super late and get super drunk. I know it's first stream back in a while, but it also can't be a long one because got other stuff. My mom is still here visiting me in Japan, so we have plans. But she was kind enough to let me stream since I missed the past 2 streams. It's just like an arena. It's not entirely level. You do navigate through it, but you are right. You're mostly navigating through wide, flat areas. So yeah, and I think the game is built. It's basically designed around that philosophy too. If I was a betting man, I would probably wager that future levels probably adhere to a similar level design scheme. They may introduce some stage hazards or something like that, but I think it'd probably still take place in large, flat areas. Have I ever played Max Payne? No, I have not played Max Payne, although I am aware of the Max Payne series. Max Payne was by Remedy, I do believe, and I've played some of Remedy's games, like Alan Wake. Not Alan Wake 2, because I'm pretty sure my computer can't run Alan Wake 2, but I liked Alan Wake. I have, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. It's an one I haven't played. Control. That's the one. I should play it at some point. Anyways. So, I don't know. It's a cool idea. Gosh, I feel like I'm about to sneeze again. Sorry for the... I hate spring, man. Fuck spring. Anyways, there's a cool idea behind it. I do kind of like how you... I do like how the arms or whatever in the game kind of act as almost like a shield, where like when it dies, you just get ejected out from it, and then you get to play as your little dude again. I do kind of wish that there was more focus on the arms. Like when I played the level for real after kind of the introduction level, like the introduction level, it got you into an arms right away. But then after, you know, the obligatory death, and then I went back in there on my own, I didn't even find an arms. I kind of feel like, I don't know. I feel like it would be more fun to just get into the arms right away, and then your little dude is sort of just kind of a last resort. I don't know. That's how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't know. It would... I don't think it's... Is it in early access? I don't think it is. Hang on, let me bring it up. No, it's not in early access. Which, on the one hand, I think it's good. Too many games try to rely on the early access model, and I don't think that's a good way to go about it. But on the other hand, it probably means that this is more or less the final state of the game. You know, they may patch it, they may add some new content, but I don't know if it would change too dramatically from what it is now. Which is kind of unfortunate because I don't think I would ever play more. I'm not going to refund it, nor can I, because of the 2-week break that I took. I had purchased these before the 2 Saturdays ago, and so it's now past the 2-week time frame for a refund. So I can't even refund it, but I don't think I would anyways. I try not to refund games unless it's absolutely necessary. Like, you know, it's absolute fucking AI fucking slop. Anyways, So I don't know. I don't know if I have much else to say about the game. I've said my part. I found it kind of frustrating. Cool concept, but frustrating otherwise. I don't know when the next stream will be. So much talk, bro. You're not reviewing the game. You're showing rage on the game. Take a break. I don't think so. I mean, this is just my opinion on it. I mean, sure, it's strong, but it's just how I feel. But I am kind of at that point where I'm repeating myself, so I am going to wrap up here rather than continue to repeat my points over and over again. I do, speaking of, I have another game that I had picked up at the same time as this game. I think I might be able to stream next weekend. My mother will be going home, returning to America this week, so next Saturday, I should be returning to a normal schedule once again. So unless my friends say, hey, let's go out and get drunk, unless my friend says that, I might not stream, but otherwise it would be normal Saturday and we'll stream again. I have a game picked out for next weekend already, because like I said, I picked up 2 when I had picked up this game, so we'll play that one next time. And it's actually a game that I was interested in playing myself, even off stream. It's something I'd added to my wish list personally. So anyways, I'll play that next time, but for today, that's gonna be it. So thank you everyone for joining the stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.